Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm Mr Durham, the president and the CEO of the Daurham Corporation. And I have with me here today as my guest, Miss Pamela Daurham. And we're going to be talking about a variety of subjects that are of vital interest to the black community. Now, Pam is not only a hairstylist, but she's also an educator, a substance abuse counselor. She's a platform artist for my line of hair care products, and she's also involved in BAD, boycotting against discrimination. Now, we are going to be talking about, like I said, a variety of things. Pam has some input of her own since she's been like boots on the ground out in the community, working with people, especially with her counseling and hairstyling activities. And also, she's got questions concerning our newly formed organization of BAD that she's a very intricate part of working with. So, Pam, welcome to the broadcast of Boycotting Against Discrimination. I want to welcome you, and I understand that you have some questions and comments about what we're doing out in the black community. So can you share some of those things with the audience?
Yes, I will. Thank you so much, Mr. Durham, for having me on your show. There's a lot of things that's been going on in our community all around the world, as we all can see. And I'm sure we all are fed up as black people anyway. Some questions I want to ask. How could we as black people come together, build some unity, some structure in our lives and everybody else's as well?
Well, that's a good question, Pam, and it's a $64,000 question, and that question has been asked for generations. How can we all come together? It hasn't happened up until now, and that's because we haven't had the unity that it takes to come together. But BAD, boycotting against discrimination, is a way for us to organize ourselves. And that's the key word, organization. We have to organize. A lot of times we've united for certain reasons like police brutality or some other form of discrimination, but we've never really organized ourselves. And this is why we formed an organization now where you enroll as a member. And if a member is discriminated against, if a member is brutalized by the police, then they are coming up against the whole organization, the whole BAD, Boycotting Against Discrimination organization. And this is why it's so vitally important that we have as many people enrolling in this organization as we can get. We need you to tell your friends and your relatives, people who have been discriminated against, people who have been brutalized by the police. They need to join this organization so nobody's out there on their own to be singled out.
Right.
And see, this is what has happened in the past. They've been singled out, they've been mistreated, and there was nobody or no organization to speak up for.
Right.
Or an organization that got any results. But when you boycott, Pam, you are speaking the language that America understands because you're withholding your dollars. They don't understand the language of marching and protesting and asking for change. They don't understand that language.
Well, haven't they been doing marching and protesting before I was even born?
They've always done that.
Okay.
It's always been about the only thing that they knew.
Have they gotten any results?
Very little.
Very little.
Very little results.
It's been
because
60 years.
Well, you see the same thing continuing to happen.
Yes.
The same police brutality, the same discrimination, the same racism. Nothing has changed because that's not an effective way of getting change.
Okay. I was looking at the incident with George Floyd, how he was murdered, broad daylight in front of everybody. And this police brutality, it's really off the chain now. And it seems like to me, since he got murdered in front of everybody, all the police are just putting their necks on their foot on everybody's neck now. It's like it's the end thing, like a domino effect.
Yeah.
And nothing's being done to these police. I feel when they kill a person, a black person, they need to go to jail and lose their pension. Okay? Because they are no better than us. They just have that job, but not realizing they work for us.
Well, you are absolutely right. They do work for us, but once again, because of non-unity, not
Non-unity.
being organized with an organization such as BAD, B-A-D, Boycotting Against Discrimination. And I'm going to keep mentioning that name because we need you all to join up with us. We need
Right.
you to enroll in Boycotting Against Discrimination because an organization such as that is the only thing that's going to make a real change that can be felt. That's the only thing that will be speaking the language that America understands. And that's withholding your dollars from these businesses who don't speak up for us. Now, when you really look at it, the businesses work for us because we're making them rich.
True.
Anybody that you provide money to work for you. Anybody that you pay works for you. And we're constantly paying businesses every year, constantly making them rich because black Americans are the biggest consumers in the world, or in America at least.
Well, another thing, they don't respect black people. I noticed that when I was in the beauty supply. A client of mine, we went to the beauty supply. She walked in, she needed a mask. They charged her for the mask. She asked them, could I go and buy my things and then come up and pay later? All at once. They told her no. I told her, let's get out of here. Anytime you go in those stores, those beauty supplies, all they want is our money. They're not going to let you go with a penny, which we don't want to go with a penny, but it's already understood. We're going to come to the black neighborhood. This is law, their law. No refund, no exchange. We're going to do the blacks any kind of way. And we, as black people, get used to it. It's like it's normal. It don't bother them, but it bothers me. And I'm sure it's a whole lot of me's out there that it bothers. Ladies, keep your money in your pocket. Spend your money where you appreciate it.
Well, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Pam has been out there with boots on the ground. She's been out there in the community. She knows what's going on out there in the community. She feels your pain because she's been a victim of the same thing that many of you all have been victimized by. Not only police brutality, but by
Each other.
discrimination in these different stores that you go in. And we are not understanding, brothers and sisters, that our money is the most powerful asset that we have. And I've given you all these statistics before, but I'm going to give them to you again. We are the 12th largest economy in the entire world. By that I mean that there are only 11 countries in this world that has more spending power than black Americans. Now, I'm not talking about black people all over the world in other countries. I'm just talking about black America. We are the 12th largest economy in the world with only Russia, Canada, France, Mexico, Brazil, India, the United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, China, and the United States itself having more spending power than black Americans. Now, all those other countries that I did not mention don't generate as much money as black Americans do. And I'm speaking of all the oil-producing Arab countries out there also. They don't produce as much money as we do because we produce $1.2 trillion in spending power. They're only in the billions of dollars, and they produce oil. And all the other things that these countries that I didn't mention produce. They don't generate trillions of dollars a year, but black Americans do. And we're only getting the crumbs from America's table because America generates $20.4 trillion a year, and we're getting 1.2 trillion of that. And we're still the 12th largest economy in the world. So your money is your power, brothers and sisters. Your money is the language that America understands. So the protesting and the marching may have been good during its time, for that day, but we've got to do it a different, more modern way today, and that's withholding your dollars from these businesses that don't speak up for us because they work for us. And anybody that you spend your money with, like I said, they work for you. And these businesses work for us. We're their most valuable asset, and they should be speaking out for us. Okay.
There's just a lot going on in our world today. Like Marvin Gaye say, what's going on? The black young men, I just don't understand today. I look around and I see we all against each other. We oppress each other, but won't oppress the oppressor. So it's just a shame. It's really a shame. We need to get things together. And I wish that everybody would read this literature on bad so we could come together, get organized, unite. All we need is unity. And we can really rule some things. You know, we won't have to shop with them. We have our own government, our own hospitals, our own everything like we once had before in Black Wall Street. They demolished it. Nothing was done about it. It seemed like to me they run over us. They do whatever they want to do to us, and we let it slide. Like one of the black activists said, they're lucky we're not coming for revenge. But enough is enough, and some things has got to stop. I just wish that our young black men, whether you all know it or not, the world is yours. You just have to be productive out here. All the guns and killing each other, it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. You have children, you got family, you got mothers, fathers. We need to get things together because believe it or not, what's going on in our communities, tore up, just looking bad. We could have everything just as nice as the next person if we only cared about something.
Well, we've got to lead by example.
Yeah.
These young guys that you're talking about, they've been victims just like everybody else. For one thing, they've never really had anything to look up to on a large enough scale. Yeah, we've got entertainers and athletes that have accomplished a lot of things, even black business people who've accomplished things in life, but not enough of them.
Yeah.
You've got hustlers and criminals that make more of an impact in their lives than a lot of successful black people do.
Right.
And then they've been victims also because their neighborhoods have been flooded with illiteracy, with the school systems that don't teach what they need to in order to compete out here in the world, in the business world. They've been flooded with alcohol. Their neighborhoods have been flooded with guns and drugs. So the young black man has a lot of things that he's been victimized with. And so we can't totally blame them.
Right.
Because they've had a lot of things, the deck has been stacked against them in a lot of ways because whoever's in power fear these young guys. They fear them. And they know that if they ever did come together in unity and woke up, there would be something to reckon with.
Yeah.
So it's in their best interest to keep them high and shooting each other.
Right.
Because remember, guns aren't made in the black neighborhood.
Right.
Drugs are not manufactured in the black neighborhood. All the things that are detrimental, including alcohol, everything that's detrimental to our young black men come from other places.
It's all by design.
That's right. It's by design. It's by design. But we have to be smart enough. We have to be wise enough not to fall into those traps.
Right. Because it's some young guys out there today got off on the wrong track, but they smart as a whip. They could do anything with their hands. They smart. I talk to lots of them. They smart. They brilliant guys, but they just, sometimes your atmosphere, you get comfortable with doing wrong instead of doing right, and our jail system is just full of our young black men. And those men in there, a lot of them are really scholars, you know?
Yeah.
They just got off on the wrong side. Because ain't no way, I mean, there's a way to correct the incorrect, if you want it.
It's always a way to better yourself,
Yeah.
improve your conditions. But like you said, you have to want to, and there are groups out there that will give them the help that they need. Our organization have, down the line, once we get everybody organized, and we can start with bad, and once you organize our people, there's nowhere you can't take them.
Yep, won't be no stopping.
We have a program called SOS, Save Our Sons. And it's designed to take our youth out of the environment that they're living in, the crime-infested environment, and move them into dormitories and teach them trades. See, but we need organization first.
Right.
We have enough affluent black people who can donate to these type of organizations. Even if they don't want to just donate their money, they can buy our hair care products, and we'll donate ourselves 50% of whatever they spend on hair care products to build these trade schools and pay the instructors to come in and teach these kids. and they could stay there maybe a year and a half until they've learned their trade, and then they can go out back out into the world as productive citizens,
We
and they'll
have
know
to,
how to do something.
we have to stop the prison system.
Well, you got to take them out of that environment.
Yeah, 'cause
As
it's a
long as they
revolving
stay in that
door.
environment, it's a domino effect. It's just a cycle. It goes around and around, and you go in for some misdemeanor and you do a lot of time, and then you come out and then you're in the same environment, and it happens all over again. And it's just it's a vicious cycle, and our young people are caught up in that.
Yep.
But all those things, brothers and sisters, and please hear me good, everything that seems like a problem for our people, you'll find out that we've only given reality to it because we've made it or allowed it to be a problem. But once you take care of the real problem, which is organization and unity, once you take care of that problem, all these so-called problems will disappear.
Because we're a powerful race of people.
Everything else will disappear
I can believe that.
on
I
its
know.
own. You don't have to do anything about racism and police brutality and discrimination and inequality, because now you're coming from a position of economic strength, and that takes care of everything. But first things first, we've got to go back to square one. We've got to reach out to people and have them join BAD, Boycotting Against Discrimination, where we hold on to our dollars, brothers and sisters. If there is discrimination going on, if you're victimized, and the businesses that we make rich don't go out there and speak to the mayors of those towns whom they get elected, who they contribute to the campaigns and fundraisers to get those mayors elected, and the mayors who hire the police chiefs, and the police chiefs are directly responsible for their policemen to tell them to put an end to this police brutality, then we won't spend our money with those businesses. Because
right.
remember, the business works for us. Whether you know it or not, you are paying the businesses, you're making them rich, and they work for you. And they should be speaking up for you.
The Koreans, then the beauty supplies. They get new furniture, new cars. We send their children to school, prestigious colleges and schools, new houses, and we get treated the worst. We're their only customers. I had another episode at a beauty supply. Of course, no exchange, no refund. I bought a strip of hair, walked right out, walked back in, didn't need it. They told me I had to have a receipt. I put the receipt somewhere. The strip of hair was only $2, but he gave me a hard time. And he just saw me. It was like a blink of an eye. And he gave me such a hard time to give me my $2 back because I didn't have that receipt. So he told me no exchange, no refund. So it really got me angry. So I started telling people in the store, my black people, do not shop here. They don't care nothing about us. All they want is our money. Those people left the store.
Well, those foreigners come into our neighborhoods with one agenda, and that's to get your money.
That's it. That's all.
They don't have to respect you because, like I said, they know you're going to keep coming back because it's convenient to come in there. They come to our neighborhood with one agenda. They do their homework before they leave their country, and they know that if they come to the black community, they can get rich because we don't care who we spend our money with.
Just like the Egyptians.
We've got to be more intentional with our spending, brothers and sisters. In other words, if your dollar doesn't get you what you need besides a product and a receipt, then you don't spend your money there. We need more than just a product. We need respect.
Respect.
And our dollars should be getting us respect. So join BAD. I beseech you, brothers and sisters, this is our first step. It's $3 a month to join BAD. If you're ever discriminated against or brutalized by the police, you have an entire organization speaking up for you. And then on top of that, you have the businesses speaking up, because if they don't, we'll boycott.
If everybody could come on board, like y'all on board for the Michael Jordan gym shoes, oh, we'll be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
We've got to come on board for things that have
That mean
importance.
something, that have some meaning to
That
it
have
for
importance.
our younger kids, the younger generation that's coming up. No way my grandsons and great-grandsons should have to be subjected to all this that's going on in the world today. We could change it. It's up to us. And it's enough of us to change it because we got all the money. It may not look like we do, but we do.
And it may not look like we do, And that's very simple, and that's because we give 98% of our money to other people because we don't have, typically, we don't have businesses in our neighborhoods to spend our money in. So when a black person gets paid, he has no choice unless it's a barber shop, a beauty salon, or a soul food restaurant that we own in our communities.
And a lounge.
We have no choice but to give it to somebody else. We have to give our money, and we're giving 98% of our money to other people that don't look like us because they have the businesses in our neighborhoods. And so we're surviving off of 2% of our income.
I look at the Egyptians have moved in to burn our sisters' hair out, right? I said, now they come over here, they really can't speak our language, they come right in the heart of our community and make all the money. I've been a hairdresser for 37 years. I see the ladies on 79th Street. I walked out the salon one day, just taking a walk, and I looked in this shop, Egyptian shop. He had so many black women in there, like he was giving away something. I'm just looking like, wow, all these are my people, okay? Sitting there, letting these people just blow dry the life out of their hair. But our sisters feel it's bouncy, it's this and that. If you black, you know we need oil on our hair. You know we need oil. We dry by nature. That's our heritage, dry. They don't care. They don't care if it fall out. They just want that money. And our sisters fall for it.
They don't know enough about our hair.
They don't know anything about it. Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep. And it really saddens me to see all my sisters sitting in there getting their hair done with them. And a lot of them know me, but will come to me. I only got so-and-so, but if you go to them, you're going to have all their money, just like the Koreans doing the nails, the Chinese doing the nails. Blacks know better than to say, I'm short. They wouldn't fix their mouth to say, I'm short. They coming with their money. And they don't have to say anything. They know if you come, you're going to come correct in these Chinese shops. And I just look at our sisters. They're not going to give you nothing free, a birthday gift, the free, one nail free. They're going to charge. They're going to eat you all the way, eat you dry. But that's what our people like.
Well,
other people to take advantage.
We can talk about this situation from now to Christmas, brothers and sisters, but we've got to take a step.
We got to.
You all have heard me talking about bad on Facebook, and you've seen it on YouTube. But we've got to, at some point, we've got to take a step. We've got to join. Like I said, it's $3 a month, and it will solidify our position here in America once we get enough people in it. And I beseech you all to reach out to your friends and relatives in other cities and other states and get them to join. Visit us at our website on www.recreatingblackwallstreet.com and click on the BAD link for BAD, Boycotting Against Discrimination. Fill out your enrollment form online, brothers and sisters, and pay your $3 monthly dues through PayPal. $3 a month is not going to hurt anybody, but it will put us in a position to take our rightful place here in America.
That's
and
right.
we've got to start somewhere.
Because when something happened, we tell the police. The police is against us already. Nothing be done.
Who are you going to call?
Nobody.
But
you call
the bad organization. And our administrators will get on the phone and speak to those businesses. And if the businesses don't adhere to what we want done, we'll boycott them and we'll let them know. Now, you let a business miss a month of black people's dollars, they are going to be responsive to what we have to say. They are going to talk to those mayors that they got elected. The mayors are going to talk to the police chiefs that they hired. And the police chiefs are going to talk to the policemen that they are over. The policemen who work under them. They're the ones who can tell them to cut down on that police brutality.
And see, that's why we don't get nowhere, because every other race is already organized. We don't stand a chance. They're already organized. We do something, you got to go through this and that. But they are already organized. They got the people that's going to take care of you.
So we're constantly being bullied, discriminated against, brutalized by the police, because we don't stand together, brothers and sisters. We need an organization that will hold our dollars, that will boycott. That's what we need. That's the language that America understands. And I can't make it any plainer than that.
I was speaking with a guy one day, and he brought something to my attention. He was a Caucasian guy. He said, "Why is it?" He said, "If I stood in your neighborhood and black guys walk past me, they're not gonna ask me where am I from, and they know I'm not from there. But it could be one of theirs that look just like them, another black guy, and they'll ask him where is he from, and will literally beat him up." He said, "But they're not gonna touch me." I said, "Really? I wonder why is that?" He said, "Because we all blacks are against each other already." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah. Any other race could come to our community, wait on the bus, shop, do whatever they got to do. We don't mess with them. The black guys will not mess with them. But if it's your brother, somebody look like you, we're going to pick with you." And that's something I cannot understand to save my life.
Well, black people in America has really had a rough time all down through history. I remember when I finished high school, I worked at the steel mill, and the steel mills were way over east in Chicago in all white neighborhoods. So you had to get that 103rd Street bus to go east, and they would let you off over there in the avenues, and it was all whites over there. Now, some of our guys, from my old neighborhood out in the gardens, got brutalized up there in Roseland waiting on the bus. I remember that. And the police used to come and take the guy who got beat up to jail.
See?
So you get beat up by the police, you get beat up by the white residents in those areas, and you get beat up by black people. So you don't have a chance.
Don't have a chance. And it's so
The black
crazy.
man in America has a very slight chance of survival. So without organization, brothers and sisters, our chances are even more slimmer.
Yeah.
So at some point, we're going to have to wake up. We're
Get
going to have
organized.
to wake up and organize ourselves and tell as many people as you know about boycotting against discrimination, and let's start holding on to our almighty dollar.
Every day a black guy is getting killed by the police. 2 or 3 of them by the police. We have the video cameras showing it. They still don't go to jail. Breonna Taylor was shot in her house. The black girl.
They don't go to jail because they know we're not going to do anything but march.
That's right.
We're going to tear some stuff up, and it's going to die down after a few days or a week or so. And they don't have to do anything.
But what they tear up don't belong to the person who did the killing. That's what I'm not understanding. Tear up their house.
The only effective way to instigate change in America is to withhold your dollars. That's
Or an
the only
eye
thing.
for an eye.
No, not an eye for an eye, because you don't make guns.
True.
Okay?
True.
You don't make bullets. So if you go an eye for an eye, what are you going to do when you run out of ammunition?
Right, because they make it all.
They make all of them. That is not the way to go up against an enemy or a bully that's a lot bigger than you. Even though I understand they have a lot of people out there, a lot of our black, young black people out there trying to do it that way. But I think that that's a trap. I think that's what they want you to do, to give them a reason to shoot you down. We've got to be smarter than that, brothers and sisters. You are the 12th largest economy in the world. You have to learn to hold on to your money until you get what you want. And I can't make it no plainer than that. So visit Recreating Black Wall Street. Click on the bad link and join up. Sign up. You can fill out your application online and pay your $3 monthly dues online, brothers and sisters. That $3 will go a long ways if we get $3 from a lot of us. It'll protect us.
And that's what we need, protection.
We need protection, not only from each other, but from the world out here. And it's not just one group of people.
Right.
It looks like it's almost everybody. And Pam just mentioned several groups of people who are out to just exploit us. And that's only because we don't have the unity that other races have.
Yep, they all have unity. I watched the Koreans all open up at one time. 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, it's a ghost town. They gone with all the money, 7 days a week.
All of our money to their neighborhoods.
Yep.
But at some point, we've got to wake up.
You got to wake up.
We can't stay spiritually asleep forever, brothers and sisters, and think things are going to change on their own. We have to make things change.
That's right. We have to be just like them.
It's two types of people in the world: those who make changes and those who are involved in the change themselves. And right now, we react to change that other people are making happen. They do something, and then we get involved in it. We react to it. But see, we've got to be in the driver's seat. We've got to instigate change, brothers and sisters, and you do that by withholding your dollars. That's how you make things change. Hold on to your money
And it's
and spend it where we tell you to spend it.
Yep.
We don't want to close down or boycott all the stores at one time because we need the convenience. But it's certain stores at one time we will not spend our money in. And they need to fill that crunch for at least a month, brothers and sisters. And then the next time our administrators call them, they'll be more responsive to our needs.
And treat us like people.
They have to fill it in their pockets. And these beauty supply stores that you're talking about, they're the easiest ones in the world to take care of.
Yeah.
We can put an end to that overnight.
Overnight.
If we're organized.
If we're organized.
And we don't have to do it from some brutal standpoint. We don't have to get physical with these people.
That's right. That money talk.
They're in our neighborhoods for one reason, to take our money out of there.
Money. And they be just as happy to go in ooh.
So you go to another beauty supply store. Just don't go in that one.
That's right. I was in a beauty supply once. It was during Halloween time. The security guard, black guy, was at the door giving away Tootsie Rolls. He had a barrel of Tootsie Rolls, a little bitty Tootsie Rolls. I watched that Korean lady walk around the front. She said, "Oh, no. One Tootsie Roll per customer." The Tootsie Rolls were so little. And I looked at her. I'm just seeing all this stuff. And I said, wow, we the ones bought that dollar bag of Tootsie Rolls. I mean, you need 5 of them to get to really taste it, But I just looked at it like, wow.
To get an old Tootsie Roll like we had back in the day, right? You need 5 of these.
She said 1 Tootsie Roll per customer. And I just looked like, wow, we just getting mistreated all the way around. We got to stop this. Join bad. We need some organization, some unity, so we could be in the driver's seat.
We are in the driver's seat and don't know it.
Well,
we just don't know how to steer the car.
Steer the car.
We don't know how to steer the car. We have the money that puts us in the driver's seat. We don't know how to drive the car, brothers and sisters.
Stop being disrespected with people who don't respect you. You do not have to take it. Your money go a long way. Every dollar count. Because believe me, every dollar we spend, pay a bill for them.
Now, on another note, before we finish up, and we're going to be having these broadcasts every week, so you all can always, we're going to be going live, so you all will be able to either come on the call and give us your input, or you can, when we go live on Facebook, you'll be able to text us and let us know what you're thinking, and we can read your questions over there. But concerning Recreating Black Wall Street, brothers and sisters, we have an online store where we sell not only hair care products, but we sell the phone stickers that cut down on the 5G radiation that comes from cell phones that sell for $20 each. We have bracelets and necklaces that sell for $30 each that protects you from the 5G radiation when you go outside. And we have video cameras that